This is a site for a web quest that I created as a course component for web publishing and education. During this video, I'd like to show you the smart notebook downloads that I created for users who don't have smart notebook software. This is the icon here for the smart notebook software, and throughout the quests I have uploaded interactive activities which teachers can use on the smartboard. Lesson 1, for example. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll see here the notebook icon appears with a link for teachers to download. The first document looks like this. It's called category sort, where students need to sort objects or animals, whether they're living, once alive or never alive. For example, we might drag a stone, a bird, a bee. You can check the answers and you can solve it, or you can reset. Each time you reset, the combination of the items down the bottom changes. The second page is a Venn diagram, and again you've got images down the bottom and students need to drag as living or non-living or once living. During lesson 2, scroll down. Here is another one. This one's called Animal Sort Basic. With this one here, looking at what do these animals have in common. There's 3 dogs there, and you can use your pen tool to record students' thoughts. What are the differences between these animals? And an animal sort according to the number of legs. So it's got animals got 2 legs, more legs, 4 legs, and so forth. And again, you can check, solve, and reset. Lesson 3 doesn't have any notebook downloads. Lesson 4. This one here, looking at a vertebrate classification key. So with this activity here, the idea is to classify and arrange the things into groups. For example, students might group all the round ones together. Might sort the different objects. We might make a group out of these. So you can see there are numerous ways that students can sort the objects. Again, sorting the images below according to their similarities and differences. So those students might drag across the plants, maybe animals that fly, animals that don't fly. Again, it's an open-ended activity. This one here, you're actually looking at a dichotomous key. So for example, the icons, it's not round and it's not blue. So an icon that's not round and not blue. An icon that's not round and it is blue. So you can see students follow through and drag the objects up. This one here, we're looking at vertebrate classification. For example, it has scales and doesn't eat large fish. It has scales and it eats large fish. Vertebrae again, this one's got more classification in it. For example, has feathers, not nocturnal, and it eats prawns. There's a flamingo. This one here is now for students to create their own vertebrate classification key. So the students need to think of the categories and put them in here to create their own classification key. Here's another one. Lesson 5. That doesn't have any notebook downloads. Lesson 6. has one here. It's on the leaf litter study. So with this document here, leaf litter search, they need to touch the number and answer the questions. What am I? Am I vertebrate or invertebrate? Am I likely or unlikely to be found here? So the students, what am I? They can answer vertebrate or invertebrate, likely to be found here or not. Then click number 2, reveal the answers. It's a centipede, invertebrate and likely. And number 3, the image disappears. Another one for example. What am I? Vertebrate, invertebrate, likely or unlikely to be found here. The answers are revealed, and then it disappears. There's another page like this as well, with a different sample of leaf litter. There's another download here, which is animal group graph. Here there is a graph, so the students are looking at the animal group and the number of animals in the group. They can come and write the labels on and then drag the squares to create a column graph. Alternatively, this one here, you're creating a bar graph. Lesson 7 is a scientific image sort. With this one here, the students are asked to organise the photographs into groups that you think scientists might find useful. And again, they can just drag them across the page, manipulate them, and place them into an order, and then justify the reasons behind the order that they're placing them in. So you might have the birds, was it fly possibly? You might put the trees and the flowers together. And they are the notebook downloads, which can be found on this website, which is based on the primary connections unit, feathers, fur or leaves.